Good morning, Center of Hope. Oh, that song makes me laugh. Hopefully, it made you laugh too. Now, why did I use that to start this video? Good question. Appreciate that. Thanks. You're thinking this morning, and I like that. Well, speaking of which, good morning. It is April the 20th, and my name is Dean. How you doing? You've got me today. We'll be doing the morning devotional or whatever it is you want to call this. A word, something to inspire you, something to think about, that type of thing. Now, why did I choose that video? Well, a little about me. I grew up outside of Thorndale, a little town outside of London, and I grew up in the country. So when I became old enough to work, there was only really one place you could go to work, and that was, of course, farms. And so I've worked on many different types of farms, and landed, my last farm I worked on was a dairy farm. So cows, I know. They can be really fun to work with. I've got some really great stories, including one where I punched a cow, but that's for another day. Now, the reason I brought that up is, the song, is every time somebody sees a cow, they go, moo, and expect that it's going to do something other than lift its head and look at you go, and? Well, what if I was to tell you that the next time you happen to be going by a field of cows, that was cattle and cows put together, field of cows, that if you so desired, I could tell you that there is a word that you could yell, that if it is a dairy cow, being a Holstein, those nice black and white ones, they will come running to the fence to you. I kid you not. I'll teach you that word right now. The word is quobos. Yeah, you heard that right. Quobos. So you yell, quobos, and they'll come running. I am not kidding you. People always think I'm joking on this, but I guarantee if you do it, they will come running to you. And why is that? Because a lot of the dairy cattle, at least in this region, in our area, know the word. They know that sound. So when the farmer goes and wants to call them in from the field, they yell this, and these cows hear that word and they automatically think, whoo, food time, which always gets their attention. And so they come running up from the field or wherever they happen to be. Well, I was thinking about that on the weekend, and got thinking about something that Jesus said once, and never quite put this together, but now it makes a lot of sense. See, I understand cows. Cows will hear that word and they'll come running because they understand there's something good at the other end where the person who is saying that is, be it food in this case. Well, I'm going to read you a passage out of John. It's John starting at chapter 10, verse 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they never perish, and no one will snatch them out of my hand. My Father has given them to me. It is greater to them that no one's going to snatch them out of the Father's hand, and the Father and I are one. That was a little brutal reading, but let me just recap that for you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. The very first line that he says. Sheep do the same thing. They go to the person who is looking after them. They go to the shepherd who is looking after them because they know when the shepherd calls them, they're safe. They know when the shepherd uses his voice to call them that something good is on the other end, or at least he's trying to keep them safe and looked after. They trust implicitly this guy who is there to look after them. They hear his voice and they trust him. We live in very trying times right now, my friends. Not that I need to tell you that. But where are you getting your trust? Where are you getting your security? Are you secure? Are you feeling okay? Or are you not? Not that either one of those is a better answer than the other, but I just want you to think about this. How are you feeling in this day and age? Are you being okay? Are you feeling all right? Or are you feeling scared? Would it help to know that there is somebody there who is calling you? Would it help to know that there is a shepherd there who wants to look after you, and all you need to do is know his voice? Well, I guess that's the key, isn't it? How do we get to know his voice? Great question. Now, let me ask you this. If you want to get to know somebody, if you truly want to get to know somebody, let's just for a minute think of your best friend in the world. The person that you know inside and out, that could be your wife, that could be your husband, that could be just another person that you just really, really know. How did you get to know them? How did you get to know them so well? Well, it's certainly not just by walking by every day and waving, or saying 2 words and never any more than that, or maybe sending a Facebook every now and again. Sure, they'll know you're alive, they'll know you're breathing, but does that actually get you to know them any better? No. You have to talk to them, don't you? You have to sit down and have a conversation with them. I know with Jeremy, when he's coming down the hall here at work, I can hear his voice out in the hall, and I know it's him above anybody else, and I'm hearing impaired. And I know that Jeremy is out there because I know his voice and I know that he's coming. He's my best friend. How does that happen with people? Well, you have to get to know them. You have to have a conversation with them. So how do you get to know the shepherd's voice? Guys, we have this wonderful thing called the Bible. Now, don't turn the camera off right now, or the video off right now. I want you to hear this. We have this wonderful thing called the Bible, which is God's voice to us. It just happens to be on page. And the more we read that, the more we get to know God, and the more we get to know his voice. Now, conversations are not always one way, because then it's just a lecture or a soapbox, and nobody wants that. So how do we make it 2 ways? Well, God's speaking to us through his word. God talks to us through his word, through the Bible. So how do we do the other side? Well, it's called praying. And again, don't turn the video off when I say praying and stuff like that. Praying is nothing more than just pouring your heart out to God. And in this case, I'm asking you to pour your heart out to a friend. And eventually, hopefully, that becomes your best friend. Pour your heart out. Talk with him. Get to know him. Just let him know what's going on in your life. And I guarantee you will start to feel better. You will. Read the Bible. Start to understand what he's saying in there. That's him talking to us. Pray. That's you talking to him. Get to know his voice. And then when times like this happen, well, my friends, you listen for his voice. And that brings you comfort. And it brings you security. And it brings you a knowledge knowing that there is somebody looking after you. Somebody who loves you. And somebody who wants to take care of you. Not has to take care of you, but wants to. I think that's a good thing to think about in these days, and I sure hope that you do. I encourage you to do that. If you have any questions about this, stop me in the hallway, stop me anywhere you see me, ask me if you need to, or if you want to. I'd be willing to sit and talk with you. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful rest of the day. But take time out of the day, talk to God, even if it's just a little snippet, just a little bit. The last time I was on here, I said, be thankful to God. That's a good thing to do. When you're talking to him, start with being thankful, and then just pour your heart out to him. All right. Love you guys. Hope to see you around in the hallways, and God bless you.